Hi.
Hello.
All right, we're on, guys.
Cool. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Coach Darrell from castironworkouts.com, and we have a guest today.
Welcome back, Dalton. Tell everybody who you are and what we're going to talk about today.
I'm Dalton, his son.
Very good. Very good. What are we talking about today? What are we doing?
We're talking today about baseball cards.
All right.
Just baseball or all sports cards?
All sports cards.
All right. Cool. What's been going on with you, man, since last time you were on the show?
Nothing really different.
No? Been playing some more baseball, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay. Are you playing on a team right now?
Not yet.
Not yet. But we've been practicing again, right? Not that we stopped a lot, but we had like a 3 or 4 week period where we were throwing the football around more than playing baseball. But D's been back out on the baseball field.
Seasonal. Makes sense.
Yeah. D's gearing up. We got Super Bowl tomorrow. So I asked him today, I said, what are you excited about? Are you excited for the game? I said, he goes, yeah. I said, what are you excited about? The dip.
The dip.
Yeah, so I make like I make like a little 5-layer dip that he likes. And so what are you excited to watch the game? You excited for the commercials? The dip.
Yeah. It's like, I'm ready to eat.
Yeah. It's my kid, dude.
Me too, man. I think Billy and I are going to barbecue or something at his house. So
Nice.
we're going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah. All right, man. So baseball, what else is going on? How's school? Huh?
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Doing pretty good in school. Yeah. What else? What else is happening? Wrestling with your dog.
Yes.
Okay. Been wrestling with the dog, building Legos, playing Legos.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of Legos?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. I'll play Star Wars Legos. What else? What else is happening? You started watching a new show.
Oh, The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So for Christmas, that was one of the things that I got for Dalton and for Tara. They both wanted Disney Plus. So I signed up. We got Disney Plus, and he's just been dying to watch The Mandalorian. He's a Star Wars nut.
Okay.
We finished watching all the Star Wars movies, got caught up on all those. So we started watching Mandalorian, and we're hooked, huh?
Yeah, I like it too. I saw the first season.
Yeah.
My nephews really dig it too.
Yeah, second season gets even better.
Gets better.
Huh. Yeah, we have, 2 more episodes?
Yeah, 2 more.
Ooh, okay.
Two more episodes, and it's getting good. It's getting good. Don't give anything away.
I'm not.
Okay.
But all I know is that we have to wait till October.
Yep.
Okay.
That's when season 3 is supposed to start. So, yeah, pretty cool. What else, man? Anything else you want to tell everybody before we start talking some sports cards, dude?
Well, I have a question for him. I heard that you just recently you broke your fastest mile. Is that true?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the time?
No.
Okay. What was the time?
8:11.
Okay, 8:11. What was your time before that?
I remember it.
I don't remember.
8:38.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
It didn't really feel too much difference.
Okay. You couldn't
But
even tell. You just...
Yeah.
What were you going to say? You couldn't, not too much difference. What?
I hadn't taken too much breaks.
Yeah, no, you're good. Ran the whole thing, huh?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, ran the whole thing.
Congratulations.
Dalton's working with some sore legs today. Huh. Yeah. Dalton did the death by thrusters workout.
Oof.
Little guy got 17 minutes of it.
Good job, man.
Him and Cody went head to head that day. No joke.
That's cool.
And they both crapped out same minute. So they
That's
both
awesome.
finished minute 17, and then I saw him because I have him when he's squatting right now doing like box squats, right? Just to get his depth right, make sure everything is good. So he's going to his box. Cody was doing his. Dalton's in the gym, and the classes are going on outside. So I'm watching him in the gym and watching Cody out. So Dalton finishes minute 17, sits on the box, and he's like, and I look over at Cody, and he's got his hands on his head, and I'm like, "Are you going?" He's like, nope.
Yeah.
They both, without even seeing each other, they both tapped out at the same minute.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Dalton's been working hard, man. He's been working hard, and it shows. Like I said, we've been on the baseball field. I notice a difference. He's just stronger on the field these days. The ball's popping off of his bat right now. He's crushing it. He's throwing harder and farther, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Are you eating more?
Yes.
Like over time? Yeah.
Yes. Like throughout the day. He doesn't realize it, but like who cooks all of his food? Yeah. Right?
The chef.
And, yeah. So I know because I prepackage my meals and some for Tara and then like for him. And I'm like, oh, he's doing it.
He's
doing it.
Especially pasta.
Yeah.
All right.
So I make we're gluten free, so I make like rice noodles, right? And the other day, this is the luckiest kid you ever meet. He's got a dad who cooks fairly well, and knows his way around the kitchen all right. So he knows like if he requests something, most of the time if I have the time, I'm gonna make it. So he's like, I want pasta. I want, spaghetti. And so I made him his own and we portioned it out for him. And yeah, he crushed that in a matter of a couple days. Huh. Yeah. Like, you were having it for breakfast one morning. I know that. I'm like, came in, what are you eating? Spaghetti.
Okay.
Cool. I mean, I'm not knocking it,
He's like, it's like cereal, except there's pasta and sauce.
Yeah. It's Italian cereal. Okay. It's Italian cereal. Right?
That's awesome.
Hey, Graham would be proud, huh?
I love how you're not necessarily noticing these changes. And your dad is just watching and like, oh my God, this kid's getting faster. He's getting stronger. And he's like eating more. You're going to tire this guy out, man.
Yeah, a couple years, man. This dude's going to be giving me a run for my money here.
And I'm like, what do you mean I'm growing at all?
I know. I know. You don't notice it, right?
That's
you don't
pretty
notice it. But I know people who will see him will trip out over it. I know Rachel and I were talking about it on a couple podcasts ago where she came in the gym. And it had probably only been a couple weeks since she saw him. She's like, he looks huge. He looks huge. So, yeah.
You're going to look back and watch these over time because we're going to have you back, obviously, of course. And it's going to be really cool to see the progress and hear us talk about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a little time capsule.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool, man. Be pretty cool. What's up with you? What's going on?
Chilling, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Back in the swing at the gym this week. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. This morning I was debating between coming out and not, but I've been getting up earlier for that 6 a.m. class, and I could kind of now feel when my body could use a little more sleep. Yeah. And I still got up at 6 a.m. I was awake, this morning. But I gave myself a little longer to just lay there.
Moved
and
at your
feel,
own pace.
Just feel. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I think I needed that. I was like, because it almost it's starting to build up to the point where, I hear you say deficient returns. And sometimes my body just needs to process everything.
Yeah, you got to rest.
Yeah, so,
you got to rest.
It's just took that little more rest, cut my hair because I had 2 interviews this week that I didn't know were going to be videos. So the first one, I thought the first one was going to be a phone call because that was a language used. But then when I got this confirmation email, it says, here's the video link. And I'm like, it's 8 minutes away from the call, right? So you saw my beard earlier this week. So I run into the bathroom, I shave. I'm 3 minutes late, but she didn't care. And it was a good conversation. And so then the next day, it was supposed to be a video link for me to watch some kind of introduction and just the first part of recruiting process. Same thing, video conference link. I'm like, oh my God. So then I'm like, throw on a different shirt.
Right.
And so, all right, I don't know what's going to happen the next 2-3 weeks. Let me cut my hair this morning.
Right. Just, clean yourself up a little bit.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Right. And that's tough, man, because, like you say, you're pressed. You don't know what's going to happen next, right? Yeah. Well, good job, Mike.
Yeah, cut my hair this morning. That's what I did.
Yeah, way to not look homeless anymore.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I guess we should talk about some cards.
I think so.
So since we thought of doing this topic, we went out and checked just for fun to see what was out there.
This morning,
right?
yeah, we checked.
I went to San Leandro Target.
Yep.
Empty.
Yep.
I'm going to go back later because I think they're going to. Past couple weeks they've been stocking about 10, 11. That group online and things like that.
Yep.
Did you guys find anything?
No, we went to after you and I had text back and forth. We stopped at Walgreens. They were blanked. Nothing on the shelves there. We went to our Target. Nothing there. Then they didn't even have the Star Wars cards that Dalton likes at that Target. And then we went to Big Lots, because a lot of times you can find stuff at Big Lots. Nothing there. And then just for fun, we ran Big Fives in the same shopping center. And last year, they were carrying Topps 2020 Series 1. And that was the first time I'd ever seen baseball cards there, at least in a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's just run in there. And nothing. So we did get lucky, though, this past week. Or I did. Dalton loves his chocolate milk, right? Right? You can stand close to the microphone and talk to me here, kid. So I had gone to the grocery store, and they were out of the chocolate milk that he drinks. So I'd got him a couple individual ones. And so I'm like, okay, Target always carries Fairlife chocolate milk. So I'm like, I'm just going to run in there after work, pick it up. That way he has it that night, because I'm a great dad like that. Punk.
I like chocolate milk.
I don't like you.
Next Wednesday night.
So I run in, and sure enough, they had stocked. And I was like, oh my gosh. So they had like Contenders football. They had the Topps Chrome updates. So I got a few blasters, a few fat packs. And it's pretty cool. So we got to open some stuff, huh? Yeah, it's pretty fun. And then Mike actually found Topps Holiday at Walmart and picked some up for us the other day, which is pretty cool. Dalton loves the Holiday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Especially this short prints.
Okay. Yeah. So I had to, like I told Darrell, I had to go back and look at mine because there were a couple sneaky, Photoshop modifications. So I found hockey skates, a snowball, a Santa hat, and one more. Someone had their arm sleeve was a candy cane.
Yeah. So that's, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Topps makes a holiday edition of like a shortened set of Series 1, Series 2 that they put together. And it has basically all the top cards, all your top players, all your top rookies. And they have what are called short prints. So it's got like a photo variation, and it's holiday themed. So like the photo variations can be anything like what. Yeah, there's a set like I had one of Walker Buehler, the pitcher for the Dodgers. He's wearing a Santa hat. Dalton got a rookie of. Go ahead.
Oh, so it's not like the player, but I was gonna say the holiday is a bit different version because it has like snowflakes on the background and maybe something else, and then like the short print will always be flipped around.
Yeah, different direction. Mm-hmm. So when you open the pack, all the cards are facing one way. The short printed card is your card that's flipped backwards. So next time you look at it, Mike's going, oh, now I know.
So that's not just random, and I don't just flip it back and move on.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
because they do that with a lot of packs.
Right.
You'll have cards flip different directions.
Yeah.
But I was saying Dalton got a Yordan Alvarez rookie card, which is big rookie, right, from this year's class, or 2020's class. But we were trying to figure out what it was. We're going, gosh, what is it? We're looking at the card, and it's ever so subtle in the stands. Santa Claus is there,
blurred out.
Yeah, and it's blurred. It's a blurry version of Santa in the background.
That may have been the one that I saw on Cardboard Connection that they use as an example.
Yeah,
and that's what triggered me, and that's when I hit you up. I was like, wait a second, I got to go back and look.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And like the snowflakes, every card has like snowflakes, right? And then like one card in every 2 packs has metallic snowflakes. Yeah. So it kind of has a rough feel to the card, right? So, and they're, got like a metallic, like shiny thing to it. But I know that like he loves those. He absolutely loves. Those are geared for kids 100%, right? And he's all about it. So we opened some of those. What was that? This past week you found those.
Yeah.
Because we had an inside scoop, right? We got an inside scoop, and we can't say where our inside scoop came from.
We got a tip.
Yeah, we got a tip. We got tipped off.
So for anybody who doesn't collect or, just knows that they exist, but they don't understand what's going on with the state of the industry, just tell them about our story and the significance of going to check this morning.
Yeah, so we're going to check stores this morning. The reason being is Like baseball cards are hard to get. Not just baseball, football, basketball, football, even more so. The basketball is kind of your top dog, right, as far as resale value and things like that. But the retail market right now is stupid. It's absolutely insane. And what I mean is they haven't raised the prices necessarily, but you have people that are going out and buying all the supply. So these guys, they're flippers, right? They're going and they're doing it with multiple things because like Mike and I are part of a Bay Area card collectors group on Facebook. And a lot of the dudes in there are flippers. That's exactly what they do. And these dudes are like, they're posted up at a store and they're waiting for the vendor to show up to stock the shelves. And as soon as they do, they're buying all the product up. And then they'll go and sell it for 2, 3, 4, 5 times the price that you'll get it at retail. And this isn't just California. It's not just the Bay Area. This is happening nationwide.
Yeah.
That's like my buddy. I'm like, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to talk to my best friend, Colin, who lives in Georgia. I'm talking to him. I'm like, hey, man, when you're at Walmart or Target. So I've had him looking out there and he goes, dude, this shelves are empty all the time. So, and he's like baffled because he used to collect cards. Like we grew up, together and we'd trade cards and whatever. And, he was saying, he's like, dude, is it this crazy everywhere? I said, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And you get, like I said, these flippers are some of them are getting a little carried away with what they're doing.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
I was just going to say that it's bleeding over beyond sports. I mean, Pokemon is just as in demand, I think, naturally. Oh, yeah. But like Dalton, you couldn't find what do you look for this morning that you were telling me that you couldn't even find either?
Star Wars cards.
Right.
And that's not anything that you would usually see like pop up for like, oh, that's a big card or something. Like that's nothing you would usually see, but now like there's nothing.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, it's and like I said, we're talking sports cards primarily. That's kind of the big one right now. Pokemon, that's a big one. Garbage Pail Kids made a big comeback.
Yeah.
So they did, Tops actually makes Garbage Pail Kids. So they did a Chrome version of Garbage Pail Kids, and then they did like a Sapphire Chrome. Uh-huh. Did you see this of Garbage Pail Kids?
I didn't see the Sapphire. I think I did start seeing the
Yeah, man, and
Chrome.
it's insane, dude.
I mean, they're cool. And I remember when I was a kid, I was into Garbage Pail Kids a little bit. So I would do that for fun and maybe grab some.
Yeah.
I just haven't, I don't know, but yeah, you don't even see those. My nephews are into playing Fortnite, so I remember, I think for Christmas I got them a couple blaster boxes of Fortnite
cards. Yeah,
I don't see those anymore.
I saw some of those today.
Yeah,
they had a couple of those over here today. Wrestling cards are getting big again.
Really?
So that's like a lot of these guys that are like the sports card investors. They're into trends and stuff, and it's pop culture. Right, so anything pop culture, like you can make money, and they're like Topps makes a WWE Chrome version of wrestling cards, and they're hard to get right now too.
Yeah,
it's like I said, yeah, the trading card industry right now is kind of insane. Dalton and I, we'll do some of the retail if we can find it. I don't like to buy retail from flippers that are, charging me 3 or 4 times. Have I done it? Yeah, there has been some releases where I'm like, man, it'd be cool to get Top Stadium Club Chromes, right? Because he and I both love Stadium Club for baseball because the photos are awesome.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I'm not buying them anymore because I don't see them, but I was happy to kind of buy those and try to put together just even the base set.
Yeah.
They're just beautiful cards. Yeah. I really, really liked those,
Yeah, that Chrome, and especially like just regular Stadium Club's cool. But that Chrome variation they came out with this year, they're dope.
Yeah. The refractors and the X.
Yeah.
What's up? It's really weird looking than regular Chrome cards. Regular Chrome cards are just like super shiny.
Right.
These have like these diamond type of things on them.
Yeah.
That are shiny even more.
Yeah. Well, and then did you see, I showed you the Bryce Harper autograph card numbered to 5 that Mike pulled from wasn't it a blaster?
Yes.
From a blaster box of Stadium Club Chrome. And that one I just sent off to PSA for Mikey in an order.
Excited about that one.
Yeah. So pretty neat. And that thing was beautiful. That was a beautiful card, man. Yeah. Super cool card. That's a nice pull.
Yeah, I got lucky with that one. That one was fun. That was early on.
Yeah, that was one of the.
It's weird,
Because I
right?
remember you asking me too, like, "Hey, is this pretty good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
It's all right.
I'll give you $5
Yeah,
for
seriously.
it. Listen, I'll give you $20. You give me
Right.
that card and your 2 LeBron James rookies.
Right. Yeah.
And we'll call it good, Mike.
We'll call it.
Yeah, we'll call it good.
What was the other one? So I had this box of opening day from last year.
Yeah.
I remember I got you guys one.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I remember back then there was as many as you wanted, kind of like how you described, around that time or a little before. And so whatever I had when I stashed it. And I used to do that and just not plan on opening stuff for years.
Yep.
So anyway, I opened it and I got that Mr. Met. Mr. Met autograph.
The Mets mascot.
That was kind of cool.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind having the Giants autograph.
Right? Lucille?
Mascot. Yeah.
Little
Yeah,
Lucille.
actually,
That would be
take
kind of
one.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have a Lucille auto. Mm-hmm. We'll have to look for that.
See, stuff like that.
Dalton said I want it.
Yeah, it might not be that high in price or whatever, but I think it'd be cool to have.
Yeah, for your personal
It's
collection,
fun,
though,
you know?
right?
Like,
Yeah.
I like those, yeah.
And that dude, and I think that's was a part a lot of these people are missing, right? Like your flippers and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I use this. I invest money in cards. I try and flip cards. I'm not flipping product necessarily. Actually, I may be here pretty soon with some stuff that I pre-ordered months ago for this the Topps Series 1 for 2021. But for the most part, the stuff that I'm selling, it's stuff that I don't personally collect, and I'm using it to fund my own personal collection.
Mm-hmm.
More product coming in or somebody else's personal collection. Yeah, look around, little weasel. So, it's I don't know, man. I think that's something that a lot of these people miss is they don't personally collect anything, and they're playing the business side of it.
Yeah.
And they're doing the day trading side of it where it's like, oh, this player is hot today. I'm going to buy this guy or I'm going to flip this guy or whatever. And they're not really thinking the long term. They're not thinking about people that they own, that they like. You know what I mean? Like for me and Dalton, Dalton's got his hat on. We're San Francisco Giants fans, right? Dalton's a huge Buster Posey collector. I know we talked about that before. And I like Buster too, but like the guys that are there right now, Buster's coming back this year, but like Mike Yastrzemski. I love Mike Yastrzemski, right? Like I bought one of his cards the other day. It's his rookie card. It's a pink refractor. I got it off at eBay for $8.
Mm-hmm.
For most people, they look at that and go, you're buying a guy who's never going to make the Hall of Fame. You're doing that, I'm not looking to flip it.
Right.
I like this player. I'm
Yeah.
personally collecting this player. It's cool to me.
Even the autograph that I got from you,
What auto?
the rookie one of Yaz.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Now that's a good card. And that's one where I thought, okay, his rookie auto, that may be a decent investment. And that's going for about 4 times what I paid for it already. So,
Cool.
yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool card, huh? Yeah, Dalton got a rookie autograph Mike Yastrzemski card. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's the part where, like as a collector, where I don't even want to say annoyed, but the people who are just flipping stuff to flip stuff, and they're not collecting. They're not collecting.
They're not into
Yeah, and
the actual culture. They just see. It's almost like when Beanie Babies.
right, and that's what I was gonna say earlier, man. Is a lot of these guys, like Mike and I are part of that Bay Area card collector group on Facebook, and most of the dudes on there are pretty cool, right? And they're supportive of each other, even if they're flippers. They're like, hey, man, they just stocked at this store. If anybody else wants to get stuff, I didn't buy everything there, But you'll see a lot of the guys on there, they'll try and drop little posts here and there like, hey, I got 5 PS5s for sale if anybody's looking for it. And that's what they're doing for a living. And, hey, man, that's how you're making a buck.
Right.
Cool. But it's they're flipping everything in life. It's like, okay, what can I buy? And what can I upcharge and whatever. So, yeah, it's just different mindset, I guess, and different approach to it than what mine is. And hey, it's cool. It's what you do, But for me, like, I like sports. I'm gonna have players that I follow, players that I don't follow, and guys that I go, yeah, man, I'm gonna collect some of your stuff just because I like you. So
Or not collect it just because you don't like it. If you're me, it's the Dodgers.
Hey, that's Dalton. So we'll open cards. And who is it? One of the best players in baseball. I'll
Yeah.
start flipping cards. Who is it?
Cody Bellinger.
He didn't even want to say his name.
I know, Cody Bellinger, right? And that's like, well, I'll start flipping through a pack, or he'll start flipping through a pack. I'm like, you gonna put that in your good cards? He's like, no.
Nah. He can't sit here.
No. It's Cody Bellinger. No. So, like, and he'll even ask, like, he's had Bellinger cards, and he's like, and we'll talk about trading stuff. I'm like, you want to trade that Bellinger? He's like, yep.
Yeah. Put it on the market. Yeah. Get it out of here.
Yeah, he's like, I want to get rid of this. Huh.
I don't even care if it's a good one.
That's right.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, so who are some of the guys that you I mean, I know you're just getting back into it, and I asked you a while back. You have anybody, from any sport that or give me some from each sport or whatever that you're starting to go, hey, man, I want to start, focusing on this player. Or is there like a set or something that you're starting to fall into that you go, man, I like this stuff?
I think I like building sets or trying to at first.
Okay.
The way the market is, I'm not paying, triple or quadruple for a, cards retail price. But I think over time, just for fun, since it was my first big set to coming back, the Stadium Club Chrome, I'm going to keep an eye on like hobby boxes and just kind of seeing when there's moments to maybe
to swoop,
get a good deal, on them. And so I'll probably pursue trying to get that whole set. Current players, Wiseman, I really like how he's playing. I think hopefully
for the Warriors, James Wiseman.
I think he could have a long career, and I think he could be a rock star, all-star. Sky's the limit for that team, I think. I like how they're coming back together.
Yeah. I know I was listening to Tom Tolbert on KMBR the other day on my drive back to the gym, and he was talking about Wiseman and just saying like how he sees him being one of the best future big men in the NBA just by the way he's progressing and playing and starting to pick up, on the game more at this level. And
you can see it in his body language too. He's super humble.
Yeah,
and he tries not to get too excited when something good happens. Which is part of me is like, come on, man, have fun. But then the other part is like, well, he's disciplined. He looks at who he's around and how they're influencing him on the court, and that's cool to see. I mean, he's 19.
I know. That's crazy.
He barely played any college ball.
It's crazy.
And he's, like once he gets that confidence to where almost arrogance that you kind of need to be a superstar.
Yeah,
I think he's just gonna take
off, right? Yeah,
because then you look at guys like LaMelo Ball.
Yeah,
you could just tell, man, that guy's already a rock star talent.
Yeah,
his confidence is there, so he's pulling numbers that are just crazy already. But we'll see what happens with his team. But I feel like the Warriors are built to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. D, what about you, man? I know, and we talk about Buster Posey all the time. Who else do you really like to collect? Any sport? Like who's some? Give us a couple names. I'm coming back to you. You can't just get away with just a Wiseman on it. So, who else do you like?
Any sport, really?
Any sport.
I do like to collect the 49ers. Most of them.
Who's your favorite player on the Niners? Give me your top two. I know
Bosa and Kittle.
Kittle. That's cool. Man. Yeah, he's got I know you got Nick Bosa rookie autograph card.
That's cool.
Oh wait, who got that for you? Yeah. No, that was that your birthday last year, wasn't it? That I knew, he fell in love with Nick Bosa, right? As Bosa's rookie year, and so I was able to find a pretty cool Nick Bosa rookie autograph card for him. He's got, a stack of Bosas at home and Kittles.
I did pull a relic of his.
Nice.
Yep. That was a pretty cool card. Pretty cool card for sure. Anybody else? Your 49er players. We know Buster Posey.
Giants players.
Uh-huh.
Mike Trout.
Yeah, that's an awesome one. I love Mike Trout. I do.
A lot of the good rookies.
Yeah. What about you? Anything? You threw a Wiseman out there.
I'm a diehard Giants fan, so I'm trying to get to know the Giants again because everybody's tapering off from the World Series
we're in a spot. We're in a spot where you're going to see the Giants. They got you got your Brandon Belt, your Crawford, your Longoria, your Buster Posey. Those guys their contracts are all going to be up in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So they're going to kind of slowly fade out. I think some of those guys may even just retire.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of hype surrounding the Giants farm system right now because it's starting to build up. They actually have a guy, Marco Luciano, who is one of the top 100 prospects, in the minors. Any of the young guys from any of the other teams, baseball, football, basketball, that you're going, man, I think I want to start, focusing some collecting.
I don't know that I'll do that. I think right now I'm just trying to have fun and hopefully get my hands on retail and let it go from there.
And just sit on your product.
I guess so, yeah.
Not trying to flip anything, not trying to sell anything.
Whatever I get, I guess. But I don't think I'm going to narrow in on certain players.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't see that happening. I just really like collecting and checking them out. And it gets me more into the sport. Yeah. And following, especially baseball. When I was a kid, I knew, you just know everything because you do. You watch it, you see the cards, you recognize them,
and you
put it all together.
That stuff
exactly.
So well.
Stats, how well people are doing over the different years and stuff like that. So it'll get me to watch. And I say baseball specifically because it's probably not like basketball where I watch all the time anyway, or football where I still try to at least know a lot if I don't watch it. Because baseball, there's just so many guys that are coming in
so
and
many
out.
games.
Yeah,
and that's the hard part for a lot of people, right? Like when you follow the stat lines of baseball, you got to be actively following stat lines, because Sports Center. You used to watch Sports Center, and now they're doing stories and they're doing this and doing that. But Sports Center used to be like back to back, game highlight, game highlight, game highlight. So you can kind of follow the stats of baseball, and that's like for me as a kid, I remember doing that, right? Like watching Sports Center now. They show maybe 5 or 6 of the game highlights, and then there's stories here and there. But with basketball, with football, you get a game a week. So you're going to see those highlights, or basketball, you're getting a couple games a week. So you're going to see all those highlights. It's easier to follow those stat lines, And I think that's why, like, collecting-wise, you're seeing so much of the hype, right? Because you ever hear the term baseball is a thinking man's game?
No.
Never heard that before. And they always say it's an intelligent man's game. It's a thinking man's game because there's so much into it. And it's such a,
a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, exactly. But with football, basketball, I think that's where a lot of this comes from, like with the collecting hype of building those two products up more than baseball right now is there's just hype behind the games themselves. You get all this build up for them. So, okay.
So just collecting generally, it's like we mentioned earlier, it's just a struggle to get your hands on retail. So
yeah,
that alone is a win for me.
Yeah. And it's, buying hobby product is cool because, a lot of times you're guaranteed stuff, right?
Right.
Like what do you get if you buy a hobby box of something, D? What do you usually get?
Usually you will get like a guaranteed autograph, or maybe if you're really lucky with it, make it like 2 relics and an autograph or something like that.
Yeah.
And like in the high price products, maybe like you got one where it's like 1 per pack, so that was 5 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the stuff, your higher end products, like Dalton was saying, you get guaranteed more autographs and things like that. And yeah, it's pretty cool. The hobby stuff though, and again, like I can't go buy a hobby box for $20. I can go buy a blaster box, right? But, I spend that $100 for that hobby. Yeah, you're probably guaranteed an autograph, maybe 2, or some relics or whatever it is. And that's the stuff, like you're looking at value, like that's the stuff that you're going to be able to sell, So go ahead.
Luis Robert, he has a lot of cool cards.
Yeah.
I don't know him, never seen him play. I guess, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
I asked you about him, but I have a good amount of his stuff looks cool. And I'm assuming that he's only going to get better?
He was the biggest hype this past year, right? Out of all the rookies. Now, do I think he was the best rookie from last year? Me personally, I say no. A lot of people will debate that.
Yeah.
But I think he's got a lot of star power, right? Like a Tatis, like an Acuna, because he's flashy. He's a fast center fielder with a big bat, And he started off the year hot. Like he was, hitting bombs, keeping his average around 300. We had that shortened season. His average just started to tank. And I think he ended up hitting like 233 with 11 or 12 bombs or something like that. So a lot of home runs. That's cool. But that average went low.
Yeah.
Now, over the course of a full season,
right,
would he have brought that back up? Who knows? We're going to find out this year. So,
how are the Sox?
The White Sox. So, and that's the thing where
I have that other player that you like.
They've got a lot of good players, dude.
But there was one.
So they've got Elo Jimenez.
Yeah, him.
Elo Jimenez, who is an all-star, right? That dude's going to be a perennial all-star. Like he's got pop in his bat. He can hit the ball. Good player. But what's going to help Luis Robert is he's going to be surrounded in that lineup with good bats. So he's going to see some decent pitching, right? Because you've got Jose Abreu, who I think won the American League MVP this year.
Okay.
Right? Who hit the heck out of the ball. Tim Anderson, who was the batting champ, right? You've got Luis Robert, Elo Jimenez. You got the rookie Danny Mendick, who's going to have a rookie card in Top Series 1 2021 coming up here next week. I mean, there's a lot of dudes on that team that can rake. So you're going to be surrounded by good players. You can't pitch around anybody. Right. And that's something I look at, too, like when I'm investing. Right. And I'm looking at cards that I want to buy or players that I want to buy or put some money into and maybe sell later on down the road. I'm looking at guys that not necessarily are just pure raw talent, but have stuff around them. And that's why, like, for me, Mike Trout always amazes me. Yeah, he's had Albert Pujols at the tail end of his career. But other than that, Mike Trout's putting up stupid numbers with not a whole ton of guys surrounding him. In that lineup. So it's, I don't know, man. But I look at stuff like that, right? Like, okay, you may be this shining star on this team, but how much are you really going to see? How many pitches are you really going to get to see if you don't have anybody around you that, can do some damage also. So, but yeah, Luis Robert, there was a lot of hype still surrounding him. A lot of hype still. Is he going to be that dude? Is he going to live up to that hype? Who knows? That's that game, man. That's that game.
That team.
Yeah. What's up?
So I was gonna ask you, know how you said you don't think Luis Robert is like the best rookie. Personally, who do you think is?
So from last year, there are some guys that came up partway through the season last year that I thought showed a ton of promise. One of them's Alec Boehm from the Philadelphia Phillies, right? He's a third baseman. Glove isn't necessarily the best, but the dude can hit. He can rake, right? He impressed me. Ryan Mountcastle from the Baltimore Orioles, right? He's a prospect they had come up last year. Hit the ball well. Who else? Let me think. Brian Hayes had a good showing when he came up with the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was a good one. And then, it kind of depends on like what you consider the guys who were technically rookies last year. That would probably be them. The ones who I like, I'm a huge Bo Bichette fan.
Yeah, that's another name that
Bo Bichette,
a good chunk of his cards.
Yeah, that's some bloodlines right there, right? His old man, Dante Bichette.
Oh, okay.
Was, I think, a rookie in '89.
That's kind of cool to see too. I'm recognizing names for sure, but I'm always curious.
Well, it's even like Tatis.
Yes.
Fernando Tatis Jr., right? Like that's one of the biggest hype dudes right now in baseball, right? Behind Mike Trout, you got Tatis and Acuna and Juan Soto, right? Those are your three young guys that are supposed to be the future of the league.
Okay.
Tatis's old man, Fernando Tatis Sr., that dude could rake. That dude could hit. I want to say he hit 3 or 4 bombs in one game when he was playing for the Cardinals. Dude could play ball.
Oh, and then there was oh man, Biggio? Is that his son?
Kevin Biggio plays on the Blue Jays also. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
Vlad's one I think too. Like if you're looking at guys like who had a ton of hype surrounding him, and I think he just turned 21. Like he's still a baby. Like he was a rookie 2 years ago. Well, he was, dude.
Still.
So here's the thing: is in the offseason, he's always been a thicker kid, a little pudgy kid, right? Coming up in the offseason this year, he's dropped like 20 pounds, and he just looks like an athlete now. Right. Yeah. So to me, that's telling me, okay, he's committed to, and I don't want to say turning it around, but turning it up, because he hasn't quite hit that hype that he was expected to hit a couple years ago, which if he does, I mean, the dude's got a ton of potential.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember if you remember his old man. His dad's a Hall of Famer.
I think I almost think some of these guys are still playing when I see them on cards. No, I'm dead serious. I don't do the math or think about it because to me,
like, how are you still here?
The year 2005 was like 3 years ago.
Right, right. You're in that time warp. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at that age where I'm like, oh man, that was actually 15, 20 years ago.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, so, and it's funny, the Blue Jays are the team. So you got Dante Bichette's kid.
Yeah.
You got Vlad Guerrero's kid. And you got Craig Biggio's kid, Kevin, they're all on that same team. Cool. Right. You got that second generation ball players, right? And then, you got throwing some other guys on that team. That's going to be a good baseball team. That's another one. You look at a team like through the lineup, that if I was a pitcher, I would not want to face that lineup.
Yeah, you just get hitter after hitter.
Yeah. They get dudes that can rake, huh? They signed George Springer. Yep. Yep.
You know what I miss? I miss guys like John Kruk.
Yeah.
Look like they just got off their couch. like your uncle on a holiday who just got off his couch. You mean
like Pablo Sandoval?
Well, yeah, but he's not as good. Meaning like when Pablo's big like that, he just can't play. I don't think he's good.
No.
But John Kruk, for example, dude, like I say, he didn't shave. He's like, I'm just here.
Yeah.
But then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or he's like playing and he's getting down,
Yeah.
But just guys who are brilliant athletes and they don't look like it. I don't know if they could get away with it now because I think athleticism has just really taken off.
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know Bartolo Colon, the pitcher, right? It's funny. They were showing a side-by-side of Colon playing his last year to his first year. It looks like a completely different person. It looks like the latest version ate the first version.
He put the Nutty Professor suit on?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, it's funny, man, when you see guys like that. Like, and I can think of a few over the years that you look at and you go, how are you a professional athlete? How? Just looking at some of these guys, and they're just so goofy looking.
It just cracks me up.
They can play.
Because baseball to me was, growing up, you used to see guys like that all the time. Or especially cards from like the 70s or 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not even so much 60s, but I think once the 70s and 80s hit, there was this casual look, average Joe. That's an athlete major. Okay. You know, it just used to crack me up, man.
Yeah.
I think stuff like that is cool.
Yeah. Who do you think? So there's, we mentioned a couple of the rookies, like Mikey threw out Luis Robert. I was throwing out Bichette, some of these other guys. You this last year, you really got into cards and started learning your stuff with who a lot of these players were, right? Tell me who you think a couple of the guys are that were rookies in that 2020 class that you think are going to be good going forward.
I'm going to say, I know Yordan Alvarez.
Yep.
I know he played part of 2019, but I think he'll be doing pretty good just by how he did in 2019 because he didn't play as much both seasons.
Yeah, 2020 he got hurt, right? So he only played 4 games, and then he got hurt.
And I think he will, when he comes back, I think he'll do pretty good.
He was the rookie of the year for 2019. Yeah.
I think
a lot of people forgot about him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo Bichette. I think he would do really good because I remember he got hurt too.
Mm-hmm. For part of this past season, yeah.
Yeah. Luis Robert. But I was just thinking, how many people would look at Luis Robert in the future with all those other guys surrounding him?
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It's a good point. Good point. Anybody else that you think of?
Maybe Aristides Aquino.
Think he's gonna come back? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people were kind of down on him, for what he did this past year. The year before, he got called up in 2019 and had a real strong showing at the end of 2019, and everybody's like, "Ooh,
yeah,
we're gonna build some hype around this guy." So he was one of those 5 big rookies coming in that 2021 or 2020 Series 1 release, and everybody's collecting his stuff, and then we go the shortened season. Well, I want to say he only got 40 at bats this past year, and he had 8 hits or something. So it was like you hit around 200.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot going on. I was like, I think a lot of these guys are getting, crushed by a lot of these people that are analyzing this stuff based off of a short and weird season, right? And I think you're going to see a guy like that who may have that bounce back potential, right? So Aquino, cool. Anybody else?
Nico Horner, maybe?
Talking to the mic. Nico Horner. Okay. Yeah, that was another one that didn't do much in the little opportunity he had for the Cubs.
I've seen his name around. I got a couple of his.
Yeah.
He did get his holiday short, Brent.
You did or I did?
You did.
We did.
No, I couldn't remember who pulled it.
I was just kidding.
I couldn't remember who pulled it. It's the one with the sleeve. I remember the card.
Yes.
But,
That was yours.
okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember who got it. Which one's it? I remember the Walker Bueller. That's one that I remember.
I got Altuve.
Yeah.
I got the Jordan.
Yep. Yeah, Jordan's cool.
Then I got a Shohei Ohtani.
Yes, Shohei Ohtani. That's right.
I did get a Metallica of that too.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yep. Yeah, so there's guys I think like that were in that 2020 class that you're going to see an even bigger showing from. Like the guys that impress me from watching them play, actually physically watching them play, not just reading stat lines. Actually, a couple of pitchers, and you're going to hate one of them is a Dodger.
Yeah.
Dustin May, the kid with the big old carrot top afro.
Uh-huh.
That dude is filthy. Just watching him pitch, and then the pitcher, and he had a good showing too from the Arizona Diamondbacks, was Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen is legit. Like I've heard a couple of people say like he's going to have multiple Cy Youngs. Like he's that good of a pitcher. Now, from the collecting standpoint, like I like those guys just watching their talent, so I'll collect them. But like from an investing standpoint, like so many people get scared at investing in pitchers, right? Because so many dudes have that like Tim Lincecum career where they come out and they're like, this dude's the next, whoever 300 game winner. They have these 3 or 4 bright years, and then all of a sudden they fizzle. So that's just my thoughts there. Yeah. So
I don't wish ill on anyone, but I think that kid Gavin Lux is going to have a terrible year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because he's a Dodger.
The rest of his teammates are going to have a terrible year. I think they're going to implode. I think it has to happen.
Dude, did you see who they signed?
I saw a pitcher that got paid $100 million.
Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer, Cy Young winner. Like, you just threw
Came
another.
from New York?
Bauer was
it?
No, he was Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
He was with the Reds.
All right.
The Mets were in the running. They were trying to get him.
They were just...
Dude,
okay.
our division, I mean, the Giants division, hey, come on. Like, you have the Padres who are signing everybody
God.
under the sun.
They look scary. They look scary.
Like, I don't want to travel to Southern
2020.
California. You know what I mean? Like,
And what's crazy is, like, I can't ever even, like, a little bit like the Dodgers.
No.
But the Padres, I look at them and I like their players, and I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead. Especially
that's the San Francisco Giants of the South, bro.
I was gonna say, especially since the Giants, are just dormant. I'll say right now.
Yeah.
And rebuilding. I'm like, all right, man. At least Padres, come on, man. Just take out the Dodgers, please.
Yeah, I mean, the Padres had a couple young guys too last year. Trent Grisham and that kid Jake Cronenworth.
I don't know that name. But.
Yeah, so he had a good one. And he was in the running for the Rookie of the Year. What's funny is Topps 2021 Series 1 comes out this coming week, right? So we're pretty hyped on that. And Cronenworth didn't get a rookie card. They're holding him back to release with Series 2.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, they got Trent Grisham,
That's
Cronenworth.
kind of a cool element,
Yeah, there's a couple that kid Brian Hayes from the Pirates. They did the same thing with him. Right? What's up?
So, I was just thinking it'd be cool to see if there's like a 3-way game of like Dodgers, White Sox, and Padres.
Dodgers, White Sox, and Padres.
Like they're like the big 3 right now.
You think like batting like lineup wise with the best hitters?
Yes.
Okay. What about the Blue Jays though? Can't you? I don't know. I think I'd have to throw the Blue Jays in that mix too, right?
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think those would be your big
So
4 lineups.
Is that our NL, ALCS?
But the Yankees too, though.
Are
Yankees
they?
got a ton of bats. You got Judge, Stanton. Luke Voigt, who was the home run king last year, right? Gleyber Torres. Who else? Clint Frazier.
This isn't a hitter, but Garrett Cole.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Garrett Cole.
Picture.
Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know. How we doing on time, Mikey?
We're good.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I mentioned it a second ago. We got Topps Series 1 2021 coming out this week. Are you excited? Yeah? Okay. Dalton's pumped. Mikey, you excited?
Yeah, of course I am.
Yeah.
Hope I could get my hands on something, man.
So, yeah, the Topps Series 1, your flagship series, right? Like, that's always a big collecting. Always one for collectors. Especially when you have a rookie class like they are going to have in this series, right? This is a deep rookie class. When I say rookie class, either guys that came up last year and showed some potential, or guys that are prospects that have a ton of hype surrounding them, right? Even there's a couple guys in there that are prospects that came up last year that didn't have a great showing, like Joey Bart, right? For the Giants, he's going to have a rookie card in that Series 1. Now, for like Joey Bart, he's going to have a tough go this year because Dalton's man's coming back to take his position back, right? Dalton, who's coming back? Buster, right? Yeah, so Buster's going to come over and take over that catcher spot. So I don't think Joey Bart's going to get a whole lot of playing time this year.
But Buster still like rotates, right?
Yeah,
I mean, especially last couple years that I was really watching him, he was still splitting time with
whoever the backup was.
I can't remember who the catcher was at the time.
They've rotated through a bunch of. I
remember even hearing
Stephen Vogt.
That's what it was.
No, it was this is a couple seasons ago already. But I remember he had, or at least someone told me, he didn't get along with a certain pitcher or something like that. I don't know what it was. But anyway, like they didn't even. He wouldn't basically catch for that pitcher or something like that.
Yeah, there's been a couple different guys like that.
Yeah.
Pitchers are they're picky.
Yeah, well, you got to have I mean, you two are working together the whole game. Like,
yeah, you better have a good relationship, right?
And you would probably rather that pitcher pitch to somebody that's going to get you guys to win.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then deal with that,
And I don't think those guys take it personal. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't think you can at that level, right? Yeah. So Buster's going to come back. The debate is okay. Is Joey Bart going to stay up and be the backup, or is he?
I was going to say, who's number 2?
So from everything I understand, they want Joey Bart to get reps, right? So they're going to send him down. So he'll probably get a year in the minors. Bring him up at the end of the year for that last call up where they expand the rosters. Hopefully, he'll at least have spring training to go through with Buster and learn from him.
And who is going to be the backup?
I don't know. I can't remember who is still under contract and who's not. They had the Chadwick Trump. Who was the other one last year? Was it Heineman?
Yes.
Yeah, Heineman. Both rookies. Those guys, I'm sure one, if not both, will be around or in the running for that. Buster will play some first base too, when they need to spell Brandon Belt.
Papa's least favorite player.
Yeah, Papa's least favorite player.
Really?
My dad can't stand Brandon Belt. He cannot stand him. Just because, if you ever watch Brandon Belt play, the baby giraffe, he's no toy, like strike out or whatever, and he's like dragging his bat back to the dugout. My dad gets so pissed. They'll start yelling at TV.
The coach comes out and you better pick that bat.
Yeah, and it drives Papa nuts.
But what drives you nuts is Yasiel Puig.
Yeah, Puig. I'm not a huge
I never liked him.
Yeah, and you know what it was too? He was that dude. He's a little flashy, flamboyant, cocky, whatever. But who did he come up with?
The Dodgers.
Yeah, he was a Dodger too. Like, you're doing all that and you're a Dodger. I can't.
It was the cherry on top,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dude, you're not scoring any points.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it was it was not this offseason, the past offseason, 2019 going into 2020. He was a free agent, and they were talking like landing spots for him, and the Giants kept coming up in that rumor mill. And I'm going, oh.
Yeah, no thank you.
I'm like, this is going to be a hard one for me to like wrap my arms around, like that's a tough one.
Stuff like that, I personally am like, oh God, I hope they don't do that unless like the Giants are serious contenders.
Right.
Because then it's like, then you have a whole team that's, moving forward no matter what.
Right.
And you just come on like Dion, when he switched from the Cowboys and he came with the Niners for that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was like, all right, well, this thing's already moving in the right direction. This is
come on, get on board.
It doesn't influence, but then you have you're rebuilding already, and when those players come in like that, their egos are so big that they're not making anything better. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, no, that would be like for Dalton, Cody Bellinger coming to the Giants. Like you, what would you do? Your head would explode.
Yeah, what would you do?
Freak out?
Freak out.
Would you want his card in the Giants uniform?
No.
Still no.
Ooh.
No.
That's
pretty
some strong feelings over there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think do you have a player like that where if they had a Giants, Niners, Warriors, and it would still be like, nah, I don't want it.
Man.
Get out of here.
Let me think about that. Current players, no, nothing I can the guys that really just get under my skin that much.
I would say for me, LeBron James.
Yeah.
And if KD came back.
Oh God.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. See, I wouldn't even think that scenario. And you know who drives me nuts? And they were talking about it too is Harden. Like I'm not a Harden dude. I'm not a James Harden dude. Like, and that would be a hard one for me to go. Oh.
What's crazy is I think he would contribute to the team, and I think he's smart enough to not take over. I don't think he would be able to get away with it in the Warriors team.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like it. I mean, because he's still like Russell Westbrook too. They give a ton of assists. So
yeah,
they're gonna do their job. But I would just be like, I'd be like, I can't watch. Just win.
Right.
But I wouldn't be as passionate as like, man, I could see KD returning.
Right.
If he can't go anywhere else in the next, like if Brooklyn doesn't work out the next year or two, and depending on all of their own egos.
I don't know, man. With all the beef and everything that went down, and I don't know.
I could see it.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Especially on his end.
Come on, man. Let's not even talk about it.
And then if LeBron James, his last years of his career or something, he's like, okay, I'll go to the Warriors.
Go up north.
Play with Golden State for fun or whatever for a year.
Yeah, I don't know. Because him and Draymond are like really cool, right? They're buddies.
I
don't know. Man.
And he's such a professional in everything he does that I could see him being successful anywhere and finding the right situation. So if it was like a 1 year thing and he's like, yeah, I'll go over here. I'd be like, I wouldn't get on that.
Yeah.
So if you had a Yasiel Puig card and he was on the Giants, would you still keep that or not?
Yeah, I'd keep it. It's not like I'm going to burn the thing, But it's not something I'd put in my good card box and go in the common stack, Definitely go in the common stack. Hey, you had a question you told me you were going to ask Mike today. What was it?
Oh, so when you were younger and you're collecting cards, would you ever think that they'd be this high priced, like as it is now?
No way. I wouldn't have been able to imagine that. I didn't have any money back then. Because I didn't know. When I was a kid, I would just grab a pack or two, and it wasn't as many as I thought. Looking at what it is now, but to me, I had maybe 5 years ago, if you asked me, I would have said, "Oh, I have a ton of cards," and thought I meant it, and thought that what I had was a ton of cards. I think I have like a drop in a bucket of what a collection could be. So, and I think I only bought like boxes maybe once, and it was like a retail display box or like a hobby box. I did that just a couple times, and that was when I was already a teenager. So when I was a kid and I just used to buy a pack at a time, $3 or something like that. And in middle school, I started buying singles, but again, I didn't do it that often. And so let's go maybe 2 or 3 years ago, because I always used to kind of keep an eye on that area where cards were. I didn't know, but I told your dad this. I didn't know what Panini was. I'm thinking, well, where's my Fleer Ultra?
Right.
So
no, it's how the market and the game changed that way.
I don't know if there's any value in these. I don't know anything about it. And at the same time, I'm looking at this little box, and I'm like, $20 for that thing. Like, I used to be able to get like, at least 7 packs of a jumbo pack of 30 for that price.
Yeah.
but now it's like $20 for no. So there's no way I could have imagined that let alone the aftermarket, like we're talking about when you see on eBay, and a $50 basketball box is $150 on eBay.
Oh, Dalton, ask Mike that again. Regular card packs, what?
Like they were $3 back then.
I think so.
That's crazy.
And it could have been a little cheaper, $1.99, or it could have been a little more.
See, and that's crazy to me too, because when I was around his age and I started collecting cards, right, I start buying packs for 35 cents.
You felt like they say on the label, right?
Yeah.
And now like they're $10 per pack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, so Dalton got a gift card from Papa for his was it birthday, right? Yeah, for his birthday to Trader Joe's, which is a card shop out in Dublin that's down the street from his Papa's house. And he got a $30 gift card, right, or a gift certificate. And he was able to get 3 packs of cards for $30. And they're, because he wanted the Topps Stadium Club Chromes. But hobby packs, $10 a pack. $10 a pack for 6 cards.
Hobby, I remember going to stores and kind of noticing that those packs were more expensive.
Yeah.
So I kind of, as a kid, I just stuck with retail. The one that sticks out to me that always was like high end in the pack was Stadium Club.
Yeah.
So I never really got those when I was a kid. But I always remember like, I don't know, maybe they got to $9, $10 a pack. And even back then, I guess back then that would be a lot.
Yeah.
If it's 10 now.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Like 25 cents.
And then, yeah.
Like now it's way more than that.
Yeah.
And then they had fewer cards.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, I could get 30 cards in this jumbo bag.
Yeah.
Then there's 6 in this one. I'm like, no, you're not going to get me.
Yeah.
But could you imagine if I like kind of like went that way a little more often or something?
Well, did you see they had it was like a meme or something, but it was true. They said if you took $1,000 in 1986,
oh man,
and you invested that in Fleer basketball cards, and you took $1,000 and you invested it in Apple stock, the Apple stock today would be worth $500,000. The Fleer basketball is worth $5 million.
it's incredible.
Now, does that happen every year? Would that happen again? No, but you're talking about Michael Jordan's rookie year, right? And it was 86 or 87, whatever it was, that those cards came out. But it was something absolutely insane. Those cards, you've seen the prices of those selling lately?
I've been seeing the
Jordan rookies, the PSA Jordan rookies are just going through the roof. Like absolutely through the roof right now, selling for like $1 million, and or under $1 million. The guys, the big time collectors though, they're saying they're still undervalued. So these guys are still buying them up, because you're getting the other cards, the Trouts, the Mickey Mantle that just sold again for $5-something million.
It's just a trip, I don't want to get morbid, but Jordan's still alive. It's just weird, there are those history milestones, things that just haven't happened yet for a lot of these living legends, So, 30 years from now,
Well, the vintage stuff's starting to pick up right now. You notice
Is
that?
it?
Yeah.
Well,
the graded vintage stuff.
Not happy about it, but like Hank Aaron has gotten a lot of attention, since he passed on, and I guess that's the only thing I really heard.
Yeah, the vintage basketball especially is finally starting to catch a little momentum, a little steam.
I got
the graded stuff.
I don't know if we took them out, but I had that case. It was like a vertical stack case in that box I brought last time. It's Topps Finest from Kobe's rookie year.
Did you find any Kobe's?
No. It's the whole set.
Oh,
it's the whole bronze Topps Finest set from that year.
I'll take that off your hands.
Yeah, it's weighing me down.
It's got a Kobe in there. It's probably only worth like $10, Mike. Well, I'll give you 20. So you can get your Big Mac meal.
Yeah. Get two, sweetie. Here you go. But yeah, so it's Kobe's rookie year. There's a Jordan in there. He's still playing. He's in his Black Bulls jersey.
Yeah.
And the Topps Finest at that time, I don't know if they still do. This is the only Topps Finest I've ever had. They have like a whole seal wrap on top.
Yeah.
So they all still have that. I only touched them like 3-4 times. Took them out and looked at them. But, look, I'm curious, something like that. Is it worth more as a set, or if you break it down and send it out?
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, sets you can usually buy cheaper, right? Because you don't
Why?
Because you don't know the quality of the cards inside.
Okay.
You don't know. Are you going to get a PSA 10 if you break that Kobe? Or is it going to be dinged on the corners and you're going to get a 6?
I don't know. I don't even want to.
Right, and that's where I think that's why you can buy sets. Because I was looking, the other day I go on Walmart, right, .com and Target.com just to see if their products pop up.
Right.
On Walmart, they had 2018 Topps baseball sets for $99. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to spend $100 on cards today. I don't want to, but in there you had the Acuna. Acuna's got a rookie in that set, and graded as a 10, that's probably a couple $100. So why is the set only selling for $99?
Right. Because
you never know, the condition of those cards within that set until you break that seal. So yeah.
So I'm looking it up now, and someone's got it on eBay for $149 for the bronze set. It says Kobe Bryant missing. So they kept Kobe.
Hey, I don't know how this happened, but I lost this one.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, Iverson, I think that might be his rookie year too, right?
96, right?
Okay, yeah. So, and that's $149.
His stuff's picking up steam lately.
And this
Iverson's.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got a lot of his rookie cards. You've seen them, right?
Not the AIs.
They were all in that box that I...
Man, I think you're lying to me.
Did I say I had them? I said, no, I don't have them. I'm kidding. This guy's going to see me after school.
Where's that box at, Mike? You got that in your car?
But so they're in the vertical plastic, you know what I'm saying? So it's not one of the cardboard fold over boxes.
Yeah.
It's a decent case. I don't know, I'm just wondering if that's my retirement, right?
You're hoping that's your retirement.
That would be nice.
Come on, PSA 10.
Yeah.
Dalton, we've been keeping you out of the conversation here for a minute. Talk to us, bud. When you collect cards, what's your favorite part about it? Do you like looking for certain players? Like I know you will look on eBay with me and stuff for fun. Or is your favorite thing to do just open up packs? Or do you like to build sets? I know I've tried to get Dalton to build sets, so I know the answer to this, and it's not building sets.
Really? Not into that, huh?
No, he hasn't yet. I think it's still, that's probably something to come. It was just like when he first started playing with Legos, right? I'll relate it to that. When he first started playing Legos, it was like, yeah, put it together. Yeah, it's kind of fun. But now, all of a sudden, he's like getting super creative with it and expanding upon things.
When did I not like Legos?
I'm not saying you didn't like Legos, bud.
He's like, hold on.
He's like, back up, old man. But what's your favorite part? Is it opening up packs? Is it like, tell me.
I just like looking for, not certain players, just different types of cards.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be it has to be this one superfractor of this player.
You like looking for different variations and stuff.
Okay.
Maybe even if it's a buster and it's not a variation, I like that. The good guy, good cards, but if there's a green one of that I have no idea who it is, I like to just see the card and see who that person really is.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah, so that's one of the things Dalton and I will do, right? Is at the end of the day at work here, I get home not a lot of time, and I eat, I shower, and then we'll chill for 15 minutes. And usually I go, hey, all right, let's kick back. What do you want to do? And he's like, let's look at eBay. I say, okay, what do you want to look at? Mike Trout short prints 2018. So we'll look at stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun, right? That's cool, man. That's cool.
Do you guys do binders?
Sort of, but not as much now than I used to, because I have a ton of binders.
So he's got,
too
like,
high.
when he first started collecting, that's how we kind of stored some cards, right? I'm like, okay, how serious is this? And got some some binder sleeves and putting stuff in there. And then it got a little bit more serious. So we started buying some top loaders, and started to, just can't get comfortable with them headphones, huh? So we started top loading stuff and, sorting stuff that way. And then his uncle built him, you've seen the picture of that rack in his room. My brother built that. I had one just like it my dad built for me that was
cool.
secured to the wall in my room. It's 4 foot by 4 foot. So it's huge. And it's got slats in it that he can take his cards and stack them in.
Cool.
So he's got all of his good cards basically in there. His top loaded stuff, all of his. Hang on. It's just too big. It's just too big for you. And grow your head a little bit, little man. So he's got all of his good stuff stacked in there. So, all of his commons and stuff we have in like the 3,200 count boxes.
Do you guys order them or you just
the boxes?
get them in there? The commons.
The commons?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Number them? Order them?
Nope.
They just go in.
They just go in. Some of them, like the higher end stuff, I try and keep in like 500 count boxes, a little bit smaller, because sometimes people, and I've never tried, will look to build sets with those, and I'll go, okay, I got 500 mosaic football commons. Anybody want them? $20 or $50 or whatever, and somebody will buy them. But like your basic top stuff or basic sets, like we just put them all in the 3,200 count boxes, and we've got a lot of those now. Because I've got some in the garage from collections that I've bought from people, stuff that he's had, stuff that we've been given. Just so, yeah. But what? So he's starting to figure it all out though, like as far as sorting stuff goes. And like I said, that rack on his wall in his room, he's starting to figure out how to put stuff away and how he wants to organize it, like keeps different players together, rookies here and his better players here and this, so his parallels and refractors over here, and it's pretty cool.
So you got it all organized? You know where all your different cards are?
Yeah, sometimes.
No, not most of the time, because I can go, hey, where's that Bryce Harper card? And he'll go, oh, hold on. He'll go in his room and like
grab it,
2 minutes later he'll come out. And I mean, if you look at that wall, there's stacks and stacks of top loaders. So I'm like, okay, you know where your stuff's at. You know what you're doing. So yeah, pretty cool. So we got Top Series 1 coming out this week. Are you excited for it? Okay. So if there's one player besides Buster Posey that you want to try and get when we first open up some Series 1 this year, is there somebody that you have in mind that you want? Joey Bart? Okay. I figured it would be. Dalton's, his diehard Giants fan, and he knows that Joey Bart is supposed to be the future, behind Buster. So, okay. What about you, man? Anybody that you're looking to scoop this week?
No clue.
Okay.
I'm just, for me, I'm just waiting to hopefully, get hands on some and then just watch some baseball.
Yeah.
So get me back into the sport. And I mean, like, not just the Giants, it'll follow the whole thing, and
yeah,
it'll be fun to do.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, it's on us. 2021. We're going, dude. We're going. All the products start releasing this week, and then it's kind of a whirlwind, which is cool because it gets you hyped for the season. It gets you ready for the season. I know any of you guys that are local listening to this, Dalton and I collect cards. I won't let him sell any of his cards. He's got to keep his and, save them for the future. And there's stuff that I sell. But, we have bigdlittledsports.com, which is our website. We have our eBay page also, where I say we sell cards. It is my stuff, but he gets a profit from it too, because he gets cards. When we sell stuff, I take that money and we buy more cards. But we are going to, in the next month or so, we're going to have our own little card shop, card show here at the gym. So I talked about this before of doing like a card show here since I have a big open space. But I think what we're going to do is just have a little card shop. And I told Mike, he's got some stuff that he wants to get rid of and or try and sell, I should say. But I think we're going to do that on a Saturday and a Sunday is just kind of open up, set up a display, and from 12 to 3 on a Saturday and a Sunday is have like a little card show here.
Yeah.
Have all the stuff that we have on eBay plus a lot more, because putting stuff up on eBay is kind of a pain in the butt. Putting it up on our website, I don't want to say it's a pain in the butt, but it takes a while, So, we're putting up some posts on Instagram, kind of to our Bay Area card collectors group, and, trying to get some people to come through and maybe buy some cards and maybe even trade some cards. Who knows? So that was always a fun thing for me as a kid, like going to card shows is not just buying cards, but trading cards. So I don't know, maybe trade some cards with Mike, take his LeBron rookies from him. tell me give him $5 and a Cody Bellinger card.
Tell him that they're only worth $1, and then just give them Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, those cards are gone. We're probably not going to see those for a while, though. Those are down at PSA right now. So, yeah.
I lost them.
Trading for that Jim Abbott.
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Jim Abbott. Yeah, he was a stud, man.
Yeah.
Jim Abbott was a stud. You know who Jim Abbott is? He's the guy who only had one hand. He was a pitcher. Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
But so stuff like that, I told you my baseball cards got destroyed.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things that I miss. Like those players are just, I'm getting flashes of that, as I
see, and that's the fun stuff. Like with him is like some of the old collections that I bought from people, right? Or I just had my buddy Mike had a bunch of his old stuff in his garage in a box. He goes, "Hey man, I saw you and your kid are collecting cards. Do you think your son would like this stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course he would," And so Mike was kind enough to give us his old collection. So I go out, pick it up one day, bring it home, and there's this huge box. I mean, it's like, a big bin sitting on our kitchen table. And I open it up and Dalton's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "These are for you. You got to go through all of them." So he had to sort through. I mean, there's probably 10,000 cards there, and he's sorting through them. But he knows all the players from that era, and it's cool because like he'll ask me, "Hey, who is this? Who is this? Who is this?" And like he knows who Jim Abbott is, right? And like the one-handed pitcher, and it's pretty cool, man. And that's the fun part for me is seeing him not just with Luis Robert and this generation of guys and Bo Bichette and whatever, but taking it back to Jim Abbott, taking it back to
Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, that's the dude right there, the kid. You see, he just got a position with Major League Baseball.
No,
like as a assistant to the commissioner.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's big.
Yeah, so cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
the kid's working for MLB now. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's my guy, Will Clark. That's my guy.
Man, I used to love those Giants too. Robbie Thompson. I used to have a bunch of his.
Yeah.
Matt Williams.
Bonds. Barry Bonds. Yeah.
Bonds. Hall of Fame, yes or no?
He didn't make it.
No,
not this year. Should he?
Yeah.
I say yes.
I say yes too.
I say yes. You think Barry should be in the Hall of Fame?
It's unanimous. That's it. We just voted everybody. Yep. Barry Bonds is now
Barry
in the Hall of Fame.
Is now in the Hall. Did you see what happened with this year's Hall of Fame?
Nobody, right?
Nobody.
Right.
Zero people.
Yeah, zero people got in the Hall.
Okay.
Whatever.
We're going to start our own Hall of Fame, and Barry Bonds is going to be the first one in it. Barry, congratulations. I know you're watching this because you watch every episode.
That's right.
Yeah, so anything else you want to tell people about cards today, dude, before we shut this down? No? Nothing. Okay. Well, thanks for coming on again, even though you got a crooked hood on your head. Silly kid. Mikey, you got anything you want to add?
Just what's the email if people want to, talk about this more with you?
Big D, little D sports at gmail.com. Okay. That's the same as our Instagram. We have a Facebook page also. We use our Instagram more. We've had a better response putting stuff out via Instagram, getting feedback through Instagram with people who have bought cards from us and stuff in the past, and that we've actually bought cards from people and traded cards and stuff that way also. So that's usually easiest way to get a hold of us. Send us a DM on Instagram or the email. Okay. But bigdlittledsports.com is our website. and that's up, fully operational. We got some cards up for sale on there. I've done a couple blog posts for fun. When I have time, I just kind of throw them up. So don't look for content constantly from me. Yeah. What else, D? Anything else? Nothing else? Just ready for baseball season, huh?
Yeah, so keep an eye out for the show in March.
Yep. What else? I don't know. I think that's about all I got, guys. That's about all I got. Well, guys, thanks for joining us today. And I know we've done a couple of these episodes that are a little bit different with my homie here. And we're probably going to continue to.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to have some family members probably watch us. So you want to say hi to some of them? Okay, say hi.
Hi. And also, Mike, you have to say hi to Gram.
Oh, of course. You know what I like this? Hi, Darrell's mom.
Yep. You gotta say hi to Grandma and Papa, right? Who else has been watching this? Minnie and Unc, I think so. Auntie Alicia and Uncle Eric. Sarah. Yeah, I know all those guys have been watching the show pretty consistently. So look at that camera right there and say hi, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, so anyways, guys, I think that's all we got for today. And if you are watching this and you do come across some cool cards at Target or Walmart, hey, don't be afraid to text me, okay? Because I'll pay you for them. So, yeah, guys, hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys enjoy the episode today. And we'll see you guys soon.